Hi there, I'm First Warren 5, Meteorologist Warren Sears. Happy Sunday. Thanks for joining us this morning. If you're able to wake up extra early, I've done the weekend mornings this weekend so I could go to a buddy's wedding. So I've had a lot of questions. Why are you on the mornings? Just Mike and I swapped this weekend. So some early mornings. Anyways, let's talk about your forecast today. We do have a stronger thunderstorm chance for some of us. It's a pretty confined area today, but it's beautiful out there now. We do have our next cold front coming in basically as we speak. So the front with the warm and humid air mass will all act together to help spark some of those thunderstorms a little bit later on. And there is a risk for some hail and gusty winds, especially to the south of Kansas City, while this front basically makes its way through. It will tap into the better ingredients into the afternoon, and that should be the zone where the front is at this point, again, south of KC when that happens. But let's walk you through some of my latest data here. It is almost 10:30, and we do have some new information that's here. The Sunday severe risk is a level 2 out of 5. You can see KC's just barely in that, but our southern viewing area, Anderson, Lynn, Bates, Henry counties, I think that you'll be in a little bit of a better place for thunderstorm development than those of us farther to the north. So our next chance for storms is today. We have first warn in place because there could be some stronger cells, a little bit impactful later on, but for many more hours, we're going to stay dry. That cold front is basically going to come through over the next few hours. It's knocking on northwest Missouri's door, and then it'll kind of swing in. It'll help spark thunderstorms around 3 to 7 p.m. And as I mentioned, that higher risk is more to the south. So nothing on radar for us here locally. It looks like we do have a little bit of cloud coverage and a couple of showers up in far northwest Missouri, Atchison County, it looks like. And that front is basically here. So throughout the course of the next 5 hours, it'll slowly progress to the south. So those of you that live in northwest Missouri or northeast Kansas, the front will make it to you first, and you'll notice your winds will shift, and then your temperatures won't warm much at all throughout the rest of the day. I think Kansas City has a couple more hours of warming before we'll see that front come in. So let's talk through some of the latest computer guidance here. I would say by 2 p.m., probably not much initiating just yet, but right after that, we'll probably see a cell or two start to form. Now, as the front drops in, it could spark a few showers near Kansas City, but in my opinion, and this has been a consistent trend, I think the better ingredients are just to our south. So you can see here, this is not a big widespread storm risk today. There will be a couple of cells that pop up on that front, and I am favoring, and the data is favoring points just to the south. So Bates, Henry counties, Anderson, Lynn counties, as I mentioned earlier, slightly higher chance for you. Now, if you're in Franklin, Miami, Cass, Johnson, or Pettis counties, there's also a chance that maybe they could fire a little more north. So we'll just watch that. Just if you have any outdoor plans this afternoon and evening, just be mindful. There could be a few cells popping up. And if they do, they'll get strong pretty fast. And so this is what radar could look like at 6 p.m. Again, some noisy storms to the south, maybe a few showers on the backside of the front, closer to I-70, maybe a random rumble. But again, the severe thunderstorm risk, mainly to the southeast of KC today. If the front decides to be a little bit slower than a lot of our computers are picking up, that could bring the severe risk a little closer to Kansas City. But at this time, I think it'll be south. Then later on this evening, again, a couple more showers kind of popping around, but the thunderstorms stay mainly southeast. And then once the front passes your neighborhood, once you feel the switch in winds and once you feel the cooler air start to funnel in, that will mean your severe thunderstorm risk will be pretty much nothing and dropping. So out ahead and on the front is where we should see those cells fire up. Right now, it's a beautiful start. It's getting warm pretty fast out ahead of that cold front with your Midwest Heating, Cooling, Plumbing camera over the plaza here. We have warmed to 75 at the airport, already 82 in Garnett, but Maryville at 71. And so I think we'll pretty much shut off the heating for you soon with that front knocking on your door. So the first warn doesn't really go into effect until after 2 o'clock, so 3 to about 8. And then later on this evening and into the overnight, we'll be drying out. I think we'll sneak about 80 degrees, so maybe warming another 5 degrees in Kansas City. A little bit warmer farther to the south. Butler and our southern communities where that storm risk is a little higher, you'll get some extra heating that can add some fuel. Once the front passes, we're talking about a northwest breeze that locks in for your Monday, 10 to 20 miles per hour. It'll be noticeable, but a lot cooler. 78 degrees is your forecast high on Monday, and the humidity will be very low. We have much drier air that will come in. It'll be pretty low on Tuesday as well, but winds switch back out of the south, and you've got 84. Wednesday looks to be our warmest day with some moderate humidity at 87. So maybe if you're heading out, you want to do a little patio forecast, a little patio brunch. It's past 65 already now, but by lunch could be around 80 degrees. And we'll keep a lot of days in the 80s here this week. So not overly hot, but definitely a warm stretch here. I think Monday and Tuesday look like really pretty days, though, with mostly sunny skies and relatively low humidity. 87 on Wednesday. That'll feel a little toasty. Back down as a front comes in on Thursday, and that will give you a few off and on shower and maybe thunderstorm chances. And same thing into Friday. The end of week pattern is looking really messy right now, so that's why we just have low confidence on there, 30, 40. So something worth watching for later in the week, but we'll really get to nail down with our higher resolution data once we get into probably Wednesday. We'll have a better timeline of Thursday, Friday outlooks. But for now, just know there could be a couple of showers and thunderstorms. That's very common, obviously, this time of the year when we get warm temps and more moisture back in the region. So that's later in the week. But once we get the front to pass in today, we've got really nice weather on the back end of it there. So that is a thunderstorm update for you. Again, not till after 3, and it's going to be pretty isolated. More miss than hit. I'm not expecting everybody to have thunderstorms today, but wherever those storms can bubble up, they'll likely be on the stronger side, and they'll be real isolated, smaller cells, but they could pack a bit of a punch today with gusty winds and hail. There is a low-end tornado risk out there. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me here for your late morning weather update. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. And Mike Nico is here this evening, so he will see you at 5:30 on KCTV 5.